Hi guys, this is once again Jacob John, and today with me is Let's Ask About Him.
Okay, hi guys, my name is Jitesh Pillai. I'm a senior speaking mentor in B-GHUD Mavelikara, and today we'll be discussing some question and answer, especially the follow-up questions and answer most of the students face difficulty in. So yes,
Of course,
Jacob.
he has given his full biodata, what he's doing at B-GHUD. Alright guys, so today I'm gonna make up for an IELTS video. IELTS would be better, right?
Yes.
Yes. So today I'm gonna do an IELTS video regarding the third section of IELTS speaking. Of course, you know that IELTS stands for International English Language Testing System. And apart from that, it's having 4 modules: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Most of candidates, they do have a little bit of a disagreement, or they're not able to clear up their mind or what exactly they want to say right in front of the examiner, as speaking test comprises of like 3 parts, right? The warm-up session, right? The warm-up session, the test card or the cue card, and after that the two-way discussion, which could be directly or indirectly related to general topics or the test card that you have spoken a while ago. Anyhow, so today I'm gonna ask him, he's the scapegoat over here. So I'm gonna ask him, I have already prepared a set of questions, and I'm gonna ask him one by one, just the 3-way discussion. Because I hope you might have seen, since you're the senior mentor, many of your candidates might have a little bit of difficulty, right?
That's
when
true.
they're confronting certain questions that just totally goes above their head, right?
Yes.
Yes. So let me just ask you before starting this session, what exactly do you feel that they're having in their mind when you're asking them?
Okay, first of all, these students, they are not able to understand the question. The moment the examiner or the trainer is asking them the questions, what they start doing is, they start thinking the answers rather than listening to the question. So they have to analyze the question, because while in part 3, it's rational. You have to be...
Totally.
Yes.
You have to give a reason, it seems like.
Yes.
Yes. So what Jitesh over here is telling me is like, it should be totally rational. So it doesn't mean that your answers cannot be irrational at times, but still, even though if it's irrational, they have to give some sort of a reason for it.
Yes.
Like why they are saying. So I think I can relate this to the writing test also, right? So I
Yes.
can, after your thesis, your introduction, and you have to write your body paragraph. So why you are exactly writing this? Are you agreeing, disagreeing, or what type of opinion you're giving?
That's
so
true.
it goes both the ways, right?
Yes.
All right, fine. So that is what he was confronting when he's having a speaking session with his candidates. Anyhow, let me just ask him, have you ever felt that the questions or the type of questions that you're asking for your candidates or with your candidates, they're not able to answer just because they're not up to date with the IQ or up to date with the GK and everything?
Well, here the students need to understand one thing, that IELTS is not to assess their knowledge. It is
Alright.
basically to
Point
assess
taken.
their proficiency in the language. So rather than answering, but then yes, you should be a bit logic. You should be logically speaking.
Logic speaking is totally important. Yes,
and
I do agree.
especially when it comes to part 3, like we have prepared some questions where most of the students face difficulty in. So I'll be guiding them how to answer these type of questions if they are getting while they are going for their speaking test.
Right, fine. So it seems like there are a lot of points that you have to keep in your mind
Yes.
when you are assessing a student or a candidate, because you cannot just simply sit right in front of the student and ask a couple of questions, and with whatever the student says, you totally agree with it. And of course, you're not a mentor at the time or a senior trainer. Anyhow, I don't want to trap him and all, but I have prepared a couple of questions. So let me just ask him one by one, and let me get an idea from your side that what exactly would you expect a student to give an answer for these questions?
Sure.
Right, so the first question. Do you think nowadays Indians, let's take Indians for example, do you think nowadays Indians are going for more and more vacations? Or they don't want to sit in their homes, they just want to simply wander, find out, explore and everything. So what would you like a student to reply?
Sure. Now, in this question, if you see, the subject of my question is Indians. And India is not a small country. It's a huge and a diverse country, having a population of 1.3 billion people. So here we cannot give an answer with conviction. So what we will say is, as a student, if I am a student, how I would answer is, well, India is a huge country having a population of 1.3 billion people. So I don't think I'll be the right person to judge on everyone. However, what I feel, I have some friends and relatives who are working for the IT industry who has a hectic work schedule. So I have seen them going for vacations every 6 months or in a year. But if you take my parents, for example, they are the previous generation. They never go for vacations because they believe in saving money for themselves
Exactly.
as well
I
as
think
for the students.
most of Indian families are like that. You know?
Yes. So I would rather give this answer rather than saying, yes, nowadays people will go for more and more vacations because of the hectic work schedule. So because we know that India is a huge country, 53% of Indians doesn't have money to eat food for 3 times a day. So this is how we can answer in a rational manner for this
All
question.
right, fine. So that's pretty satisfying. Anyhow, so that was there. Suppose if a student is not answering to you the way that you're expecting, how would you rate them?
See, basically, there are 4 parameters on which we rate them. The first thing is, did the student understand the question? That is the most important part. That is the coherence.
Exactly.
Okay, right. If the student understands the question, so that is where we actually listen to the content. After that, it's 4 basic parameters: fluency, coherence, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy, and pronunciation. Of course, yes.
All right, fine. So it seems like he is not at all, would you say, a generous giver. He's actually squeezing the students' knowledge, and he just wants to just give them marks according to the parameters, isn't it?
Yes, of
exactly.
course.
You're not just simply blindly giving them some sort of a band that just to satisfy the student.
I don't give hopes.
You do not give hopes. Wonderful. That was a wonderful explanation. You do not give hopes, and you don't want the students to think that yes, they can do better just by giving them some sort of band score, which actually satisfy them, whether it be 7, 7.5 or anything, because we know that it's rated from 0 to 9.
Yes. Well, in that, if I give them false hope, that is giving them expectations. And when a person loses that expectation, that's more hurting than saying them to learn this or to teach them, this is the better way of speaking. This is how, if you speak in this manner, you'll get a better score. Learn this pronunciation. See, there are some areas wherein students can learn in 2 months or 1 month. For example, fluency. So understanding the rate of speed. For example, when we speak in regional language, we speak fast. But they feel that English is faster. No, it's not. They have syllable stress.
Of course it is.
They have intonation.
Exactly.
They have word stress. So we need to understand the student that, these stresses are important. There should be rhythm while you speak.
Exactly. All right, so that was with the first question. And I think that was totally satisfying because he gave a detailed explanation and you have to give some sort of a reason for your answer. Yes. Now again, I'm going to disturb him because these are all general type of questions. So again, I'm going to disturb him with another question that I have prepared. And in no time, I'm sure that he's going to give you the answer as well. So let me just ask you if you're ready.
Sure.
All right, you are. So let me just ask you, in your country, of course, there are so many population. I mean, the different categories, like youngsters, old age, everybody. Okay, all right. So youngsters, what type of books do they read? I know that it's long gone because reading habit is not everyone's forte, but still, let me just ask you. First of all, let me just ask you, do you think youngsters are reading? And if yes, what sort of books?
Okay. Well, now let me tell you this, guys. Again, this is a general question. Here, he's asking me about the youngsters of my entire country. And as I said before, India is a huge country having a population of 1.3 billion people. And 50% of Indians are youngsters, okay? Like youngsters starts from the age of 18 to 40, 45. You can say they are youngsters. So, but the advent of mobile phone has made people reduce, to read books, and they don't actually. I think you can count on fingers people who read books. But if you're asking me personally, I would give a personal opinion. I'll give a personal answer. Like for example, I have a few of my friends who do read books, including me. I do read books. I love to read adventurous books as well as fiction or autobiography. My favorite author is Robin Sharma. But I have friends who loves to read thrillers, okay? And some are there who also follow autobiography. So I'll be answering it in this way.
No issues at all. So, books. A lot of genre books are there. But do you think that it is necessary, or is it necessary for everyone to be into the reading habit and all?
Well, of course. I think, when you read book, actually you tend to think from a other person's perspective. Okay, reading makes a man intellectual. And for IELTS, if you're preparing for any language test, maybe for IELTS, OET, or PTE, or Duolingo, or CELPIP, TOEFL, anything, you need to start reading books because you learn a lot of vocabulary from it. And learning vocabulary, and every other language test is basically based on vocabulary, the synonyms and the words that you use, the right choice of words. So guys, basically general questions. When it comes to general questions, what you need to do is you need to give either an example or a comparison. That's how you can speak for 4 to 5 sentences. And that's what the examiner is expecting from you. If you give what he's expecting, you get your expected score. That's it.
Wow, that was as simple as that. But I know that for some of our viewers, it's easier said than done. But still, it is not the way. Whatever he has explained to you regarding general questions, only 2 questions I have asked him. I don't want him to get more bothered. But still, whatever I have asked him, he has given a splendid explanation for all those questions. And he's having a little more, would you say, urge to speak, I think you are having, right? But don't worry, I'm not going to bother you right now. So guys, I just want to end up this particular video, and just before winding up this particular video, let me just ask him whether he's having some sort of an advice or something to give you as far as this is the general set of IELTS third section two-way discussion questions. Only 2 examples I have given you right now, so let me just ask you, do you have any idea?
Yes, that I think we'll be making a different video for it. We have 2 sets of questions, like, that can be asked for your two-way questions. One is your opinionated questions and one is your general questions. We have discussed already the general questions. In our next video, we'll be discussing how to answer opinionated questions. Okay, so that's all for today. And
all right, okay, fine. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this short video, and I'm sure that you guys will be waiting to listen to opinionated questions and his answers.